Oh, that's the Queen Mary right there on a cruise ship from Carnival off to the left. As you can tell, we're in the streets of Long Beach. And, of course, that means every year they have the Pro Celebrity Race. And you might recognize one of yesterday's competitors.
Hey guys, we're here at the Toyota Pro Celebrity Race, and I'm one of the competitors. I'm trading in the microphone for the steering wheel, so let's go check it out and meet some of my competitors. How's your physical fitness, man? You holding up for this deal?
Honestly, I'm real relaxed today.
I would stay away from Sally.
I did something to your car. I moved the seat up a little bit. Is that going to affect you?
I can drive with no fee.
When I get to you, pull over. Get out of the way.
I'll be seeing you in Victory Lane. You can visit me.
I'll be there with him. I'll be there with him.
Yeah, we'll see about that, boys. Yeah.
Well, there was Jamie, and that was Brad Lewis, the producer of Ratatouille. And take a look. That was near the end of the race. He was leading, and there's Jamie in the silver car. Now, Mike Skinner could have dumped her in the last corner. He didn't. She wins the overall, only the second woman ever to do it. Dara Torres the other. And Skinner wins the pro side of it. And there's the champagne celebration. She even did her best imitation of Helio Castroneves. Good job.
Thanks, buddy. You know, I traded in the steering wheel for my microphone again, but what a great day, great experience yesterday, and I just dedicated that win to all these drivers, Champ Car, IndyCar, NASCAR, who've inspired me and built this passion for racing. It was truly amazing, and I'm having a great time today.
Well, you did us proud. We're proud of you, and let's get back to the action now as she was the other lady to win yesterday. Of course, Danica Patrick became the big winner in the story, and you can take a look at Alex Tagliani as he is now in second place. When we went to break, we were told, we were going to cycle out and figure out what happened with Dominguez. And yes, after the stop, Dominguez came out in fourth place. And we wondered why we didn't see him there, but scoring finally corrected it. So it is Will Power, Alex Tagliani, Montigny, Dominguez, and Frank Pereira. And there's Montigny as that's your top five.
And interesting, after that stop, Will Power has been running 69.4, 69.5, and Alex Tagliani is not that far behind him whenever they get clear laps. But there is a difference on the tires and the strategy there. Obviously, the red tires, as red sidewalls, as you see going along there in the 15th car of Alex Tagliani, a little bit more grip. But can you maybe overwork them and maybe drive too hard and take the shine off them sometimes, as we call it, and maybe take the life away from them? Maybe that might happen to him, but he's going to have to make them work here very quickly and not let Will Power get too far away, because two different strategies running by both these drivers and teams here.
Well, we've talked about the fact Tagliani, one of those drivers that is not guaranteed any kind of ride after today. And as we look forward into the big picture of things, the buzz has been about Danica Patrick and her big win yesterday in Twin Ring Motegi. And I guess the question is, as we close this chapter of Champ Car, where do we see this sport going now? I mean, the kind of momentum that we're seeing with Graham Rahal winning and now Danica, the media play is just going to be incredible, I would think, going into the next two races, especially the month of May at Indy.
I don't think since unification, Marty, that you could have written a better script to have someone like Graham Rahal, a second-generation driver, win at the streets of St. Petersburg. Just a great new street race that's on the circuit right now. And then coming here to this event and coming back to Long Beach, which really has been one of the crown jewels of the kart series that I competed in back in the 90s. I think this is all building towards momentum at the right time. We'll go to Kansas next weekend, a great racetrack, and then we'll go off to the month of May at Indianapolis. And I just think that it's going to continue building down the road from there.
And there's one of the guys that will be participating in the month of May and at Kansas next week, Oriol Servia. You see his numbers there, starting 12th, has moved up a total of 5 positions throughout the course of the race. And he's no stranger to Long Beach. Of course, subbed for Paul Tracy last year, as we told you earlier. He talked about the Long Beach scene.
Long Beach is special. From my first time here was in '98, and I was, really surprised. I was just doing Indy Lights, but when I saw the big crowds and, there's so many things that makes Long Beach, how many years there's been racing there. Formula One was there before, and from that to the Queen Mary right there to Hollywood, there's just so many things that make that race, that atmosphere special, that it's always great to be part of it.
Well, what a race it's been for Oriol Servia so far. As you guys stated, he started 12th, but right after the start, his car, as he said, just died. He was dead stopped, brought out the full course yellow, had to come in, started from the back, and he has worked his way, guys, all the way up to 7th right now. So great run for Servia, great pit stops today, and what a year it was for him last year. But, you know, as I mentioned at the top of the show, he's racing for points here, so he's salvaging every position possible. Great run for Oriol today, guys.
And with less than 20 minutes remaining, it's now crunch time for a lot of these teams. Guys that want to try and pick up some ground, like Graham Rahal, Paul Tracy, they're over 30 seconds back. They're going to need a yellow to get back into this. Stay with us. Just a reminder that the motorsports calendar for the coming week, we have the Summit Racing Equipment NHRA Southern Nationals Atlanta with qualifying Saturday 6 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2, and then on next Sunday it's the IndyCar 300. That's where we'll be at Kansas, 5 p.m. Eastern, followed by the finals of the NHRA Powerade Drag Racing Series at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. All right, up front is Will Power by 6.9 seconds, but look at Frank Montagnier. He has gotten around while we were in commercial break, Alex Tagliani, and pushed Tags back to third. Let's take you back to what happened heading towards turn 9.
Got a great drive off of turn 8 because Tagliani started to get the back end sliding around just a little bit, and a perfect timing to turn around and use a little bit of that power to pass to make that move on Tag, and he got it completed.
Jack Root, you've got more?
Absolutely. Scott Goodyear, before that pass, Mondego had actually 49 seconds of push to pass, while the guy he was passing, Alex Tagliani, had only 3 seconds. Derek Walker pointed that out on the computer and said it's only a matter of time. Once he was passed, Derek Walker radioed to Tag, said just try to stay with him, try to stay with him. They're down. They're almost out of push to pass. So now it's going to be just a case of holding on and seeing where he can finish.
And I got to tell you, that this is one of those elements I'd like to see incorporated into the IndyCar series, especially on the road courses and street circuits, because it adds an element of excitement that the fans can sort of tune into. We can tell them exactly how much power to pass these guys have. I think it's a neat concept.
It is, and it's a different tool in your toolbox to use as a driver, and the strategy for the team that we were talking about at the beginning of the show and what to watch for. And the other side of that, too, is that it gives the driver something that he knows that he has to use just to get by if you have to. But there's pressure on you not to go ahead and use it irresponsibly, which, you know, right now Tag is in a situation where he's used it a fair amount and left himself nothing to be able to combat anybody that has it left on their side, and that's exactly where I think you have to play that game. The other side of it, too, I'm watching now is maybe these red tires, the red wall tires, don't work as well once you start to get the car out there running after full loads are starting to go down, the car starts to get a little bit lighter because the guys that are running the fast times right now are using the standard black wall tires. So the question is, the reds are a little softer this year. Are they too soft? Maybe are they just a little bit too soft and they start to move around? Or I'm noticing a lot of rubber around this racetrack here, Marty, so maybe the blacks are the way to go.
12 minutes, 49 seconds and counting as the clock continues to run on the final Champ Car race at Long Beach. Stay with us.